without having to drive 6 hours to New York City and pay for tickets and buy $12 beer. If I was just sitting there and it was free and I was already there and then the show started, boom, yeah, I would enjoy it. I like good matches. I like, good crowds, but right. I'm not going to go if they don't have something to get me there.
It's just a matter of getting you inside the arena, which would be difficult.
Exactly. They got to have some storyline or some star that I'm like, oh, I got to go see this. There's nothing like that. I know if I went to see it, I would enjoy it on some level,
We had the second match of the night was the Dark City Fight Club versus Up in Smoke, Cheech and Cloudy Up in Smoke. Cheech is such a small guy, but unbelievable. It's just so fast-paced. All these matches were really, really fast-paced, kept the crowd into it. Claudio Castagnoli. I don't know if I got that right.
I don't think it's G. That's probably an Italian name. Like, it's silent. I'm not even looking at it, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, over Kenny Omega.
Is that the Spirit Squad guy?
That's the guy that signed with he either signed with WWE and then left, or was about to sign with WWE. I can't remember. It was
it's not the Spirit Squad, Kenny?
No, not Kenny Omega. No, that's somebody totally different. But this was good as well. Then we had a Bret Hart promo where basically he came out and put over the fans in New York City, put over Kurt Hennig, and a lot of other wrestlers that are no longer with us, was his words.
Now, are you going to be honest with your audience like you were with me and tell them what your impressions were of the Bret Hart stuff? Or
it wasn't that good. No, I'll be honest, man. It wasn't that good.
You said it was boring, like everybody shut up.
Talking about the photos? You talking about the photos that I got?
No, you said, you could talk about that if you want. I wouldn't, but you said when he came in the ring, everybody was quiet because he was like a low talker and monotone, but then when everybody shut up to listen to him, you said it was the most boring thing you ever heard because he wasn't really saying anything, and he was just having, he wasn't even doing a promo, he was just having a conversation in a large room or something.
Yeah, that's basically what it was, man, and he was so low-voiced, and you had people in the arena doing it. It was dead silent with people. Anytime somebody would shout something out, everybody'd say, shh, shh, throughout the arena, you know what I mean?
Busting some wrestling fans in their ass if that, oh, man, don't you push me, I'll tell you right now.
No, but it was, he basically said that he's had some of the greatest matches in his career in New York City, and if there was one place that he'd like to have one more match, it'd be in New York City. Basically just hyped up to the crowd in New York City, you know what I mean? It was just, same thing Ric Flair did, you know what I mean? But Ric Flair is Ric Flair, where he brought up the women, and, there was a chick.
He's actually entertaining, yeah.
Right, well, he said there was a chick in the front row, and he said something like, what are you doing later tonight, sweetie, or something like that.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's entertainment. Bret Hart had never got that down, really, even in his prime, and I'm a huge Bret Hart fan. I'm the opposite of you. You always, for years, even on the original WZR, you were like, I don't get all the fuss about Bret Hart, which makes perfect sense if you didn't grow up with him, because he kind of took over for Hulk Hogan when he left, and it was a complete difference because Hulk Hogan was terrible wrestling, but amazingly entertaining and charismatic, where Bret Hart was an amazing wrestler who could not cut a promo if his life depended on it. Until, when he turned heel and he was doing the anti-USA stuff, it was watchable, but anything else, it was just corny and, a typical promo. I'm going to beat you up, that kind of stuff.
This was just, I don't know. He looked all right, man. He was moving around well. I heard something.
Did he look old?
I met up with two people from the Ring of Honor ring crew yesterday in Albany before Monday Night Raw, and other people also say that backstage he just looked kind of out of it. You know what I mean? And I've got some.
Wonder why.
Well, I've got some photos, and I'm not sure if I'm going to put them up on the website yet. It would equal huge ratings if I was to post them. But
I know what they are too, and if I had them, they'd be up right now. I would be plugging them right now. I'm telling you, right? It didn't stop us from the TNA guys. I wonder if that's a spoiler right there and reveals what you're talking about. But I don't see why if you would for them, you wouldn't for Brett. It's the same thing.
Listen. I'll reveal it right now, but I don't have any problem with pot smoking. You know what I mean?
Me neither.
It's not really a big deal. Jesus, man, at this at this age, probably 80% of America, of course I'm exaggerating there, but probably smokes pie. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I'd say 90% of America has at one point or another, or will at one point or another.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. And it goes off a plant. I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? If somebody wants to smoke a little pot, whatever. But I don't know. We may post those photos. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
So you got photos of Bret Hart smoking marijuana. That's what you're telling me right now.
We've got photos of Bret Hart smoking marijuana in New York City prior to the Ring of Honor show. So.
And where would those photos end up if you could?
Well, if we do decide to put them up, of course, cheap plug, baby. I like that setup right there, Matty Boone.
That's what I do.
WZROnline.com for photos, possibly.
Maybe.
Sure, if I'm going to do it. We'll find out.
Ring of Honor.
Probably will. Ring of Honor. Back to Ring of Honor. All right, so we had the Bret Hart promo, and then it was announced Ring of Honor returns to New York City December 19th. It'll be Final Battle. Oh, of course, baby. Final Battle 2009 at the Manhattan Center. It's going to be upstairs again in the Grand Ballroom. Talked to the guys in the ring crew yesterday, man, and that is not a good time when you have to haul up a ring 7 stories in a building piece by piece. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. Does your buddy Kellen still work for the ring crew for Ring of Honor?
I haven't talked to Kellen in ages, man. It's been a long time. I still see him on my Messenger every once in a while. Yeah, but I haven't. I've had no talks with him at all. But the guys yesterday from the ring crew, she gave me. Let me see if I can find it here. Here's a cheap plug for it. It's APW. They own Action Packed Wrestling. Wayne and Mary from yesterday. I don't know. They're based out of Rutland, Vermont. So I don't know if anybody is listening from Vermont. Action Packed Wrestling. I've never heard of it myself, but they work with a lot of the Ring of Honor guys. She's got a business card, man. She gave me this big old business card and said, "Promote my federation, promote my," Yeah. So
wait. There was a problem with the phone line just now. I didn't hear what you said. She said, "Promote." How did she say that again?
Yeah, you suck it. We're not doing that again, my man.
Promote my federation. Promote my federation.
Yeah. All right, we had Roderick Strong. You're such an asshole, man. Everything, every little thing this guy calls me out on, this son of a bitch. You guys got to know how, man, it's so tough to work with you for 2 hours every Tuesday night. No.
Yeah, but it's also a pleasure, you see, because it's good. You could work with somebody else and it would be bad, but they wouldn't fuck with you. Or you could work with me, I'll fuck with you, and we'll have a great show. That's your choice.
Or it's your pleasure to work with me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree. It's very fun.
We had Roderick Strong, Delirious, Sanjay Dutt, and Grizzly Redwood. You got to Google him, man. Just
never even heard of him.
Got a lumberjack gimmick, real tiny guy with a lumberjack gimmick.
Does he have a beard?
Yep, he's got the whole beard, lumberjack, suspenders, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Basically, he was in there to get squashed. We had, this was good. Grizzly was, comedy spots. I'm just reading basically off what I put up on the website. Ladder War 2, we had the American Wolves over Kevin Steen and El Generico. Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards are the American Wolves. Eddie Edwards actually broke his elbow the night before in Boston and refused to back out of the match. They went out and did it anyway.
That's balls.
Yeah, man, he had a huge cast on it, and they still went out and did spot after spot after spot, just crazy spots. There was stuff where a huge ladder was in the center of the ring, and you do like a back suplex off it they had a ladder. All right, picture it's going to be hard to explain. Picture a ladder crossing. All right, you've got the barrier around the ring, and you place the ladder on one side of the ladder on the ring and the other side on the barrier. Then you put a table on top of that, and then you do a back suplex off the top of the ladder, which is in the center of the ring, down to the floor below, which was just unbelievably
I can actually picture everything you just said. I'm not lying either. I can picture it.
Right.
You painted a good picture.
Dude, it was absolutely sick, man. And, when they do huge spots like that, the crowd just eats it up, man. It's the loudest pop. You got 1,200, 1,500 fans in that arena, and you've got a pop bigger than, maybe because it's so small, you know what I mean, where as when WWE and those guys are in the Times Union Center. I mean, there's a lot more space in there for sound to travel and chants to travel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean,
in a small arena, it just bounces around.
It just bounces off the walls. You know what I mean? But it was amazingly loud during the spots for this. So that was great. We took an intermission.
By the way, while you're at intermission, after Ring of Honor, if you want, we've got pretty much all the ECW spoilers. They changed the main event at the last second, and we got dark match notes. So we got some stuff if you want me to tell everybody about that after Ring of Honor.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me run it down quick, and then we're going to run down Monday Night Raw from last night. And then we're probably going to have to get out of here around 8:30 tonight, guys. Probably have to leave you a little bit early. But we'll get through Raw and all this stuff. Let me hurry up with Ring of Honor here, because I know a lot of you guys don't even know what the hell Ring of Honor is. You know what I'm saying? More WWE fans for this show. But anyways, Chris Hero over Eddie Kingston. Once again, just awesome work. Austin Aries came out. They did an angle where he was going to draw his opponent out of a hat. He drew Bret Hart. Then he said, everybody knows Bret Hart left an intermission. He's not here. He doesn't have the balls to come out here and fight me, this and that, da-da-da-da. Petey Williams came out and tried to cut a face promo. Horrible, man. I mean, Petey Williams was just terrible on the mic. Crowd didn't really shit all over it. I mean, some people were on it, but I mean, the majority of people just kind of let him do his thing. Petey Williams, the one high spot in this was Petey Williams hit a Canadian destroyer off the top rope, which was absolutely insane, man.
I love that move.
You know, I was telling the people, the Ring of Honor guys yesterday, that you name a better pro wrestling finisher right now than the Canadian Destroyer. I mean, that would be number one.
I would never take it. I'll tell you that right now. In a million years, I would never take it.
And to take it off the top rope, you know?
Yeah, no thanks. Not me.
Yeah, right. I mean, that was just brutal. So that was a good match. And then we had Jim Cornette came out. They played his music for quite some time. It wasn't his music. It was God, if I had the name of it.
I knew it too. Damn, it's a popular ass song. Fuck, I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah, he came out and basically cut a promo saying that there were reports online, addressed the internet rumors that he had a major blow up with Vince Russo, so that was false.
Here it is. You want to hear this real quick?
What's that?
Hold on, here's his entrance right here. We'll just hear the song. Hold on, here it goes.
Yeah, turn it down a little bit.
There you go. So that
Holy
no more Mr. Nice Guy.
That was loud as hell.
Oh, that sounded my bad.
No, it sounded like shit. But
I got the song there. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. He.
Hey, let me just, I'm going to try to get through this really quick. He came out and he said, Sarah Palin, one of his lines, I have it here, a quote from him, he said, Sarah Palin will give Barack Obama a lap dance on the steps of the Capitol before I get behind Vince Russo, which got a huge pop from the fans of ROH. And then we had, there was a fuck TNA chant and a loud, a fuck Vince Russo chant went on for about 5 straight minutes where Jim Cornette just sat in the ring like, I'm just gonna let this go, man. And nobody would shut up. Homicide was actually a few rows behind me chanting fuck